Sairam, Sairam, we're here with Jorja Kelley. Jorja's been involved in Swami's organization for decades, just tirelessly working for Swami, usually in publishing articles about service projects that Sai devotees are doing all over. So lovely to be sitting here with you, and welcome to
Thank you.
to our little program, and hopefully you'll enjoy sharing your stories. And Swami would be with us as we share, which he always is. Feel free to share any story that comes to your mind. If you want to talk about the first time you came to know about Sai Baba.
It was from hearing Cosby Powell on his video. He did a quotation of Baba's. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There's only one caste, the caste of humanity. There's only one language, the language of the heart. And there's only one God. He is omnipresent. And when I heard those words, I felt no attachment to the form of Baba. But when I heard those words, it was like a bolt of lightning, and it resounded to my core. And I recognized truth, and I knew Baba was God. And that happened August 17th, 1987.
Yeah, the exact day.
Yes, I do, because it changed my life. It took 8 years of me having to clean up my act of my personal life, I guess, before I was allowed to go to see Baba in person. I always wanted to. It just never worked out, and I never had the money. And I think it was to refine my character. My first trip was for the 70th birthday. And at that time, it was a big group that went from our region.
Mm-hmm.
We go to New York. We get our, he keeps our tickets and gets us on the plane. And they hand us a special program. It's called Sai in the Sky.
Wow.
And the back half of the airplane was reserved for our group. And we were allowed to do Bhajans an hour before landing, an hour after takeoff.
Wow.
And we had the TVs back there for that half of the plane to show the Darshan videos. I was sitting at a window seat, and it was oval, and looking out. And I noticed there was the clouds, the wing of the plane and the cloud layer. And I noticed a rainbow began to make the shape of an oval. It formed, and there were 7 distinctive colors in that rainbow. And each line would form and make this rainbow oval. And then the top half of inside this oval was kind of darkened, black. And then the bottom half was orange. And bit by bit, the face of Baba appeared in a rainbow frame, the shape, an oval frame.
Right.
And it was out there with the white clouds in the background and distinctive. And, I didn't want to take my eyes away, but at the same time, I couldn't tell if I could believe it.
Right.
And so finally, I would blink and I would open them slowly. It would still be there. And it followed us with the plane. It got more and more and more distinct.
Really?
Yes. More clear, more colorful, very distinct. It never left. It stayed with the plane. I began to wonder, I wonder if who was sitting next to me, if they could see it. And Soma was seated with her sons, I think a couple of seats behind me. And I thought, wonder if they can tell. Nobody else seemed to notice.
Right.
So,
and you're just staring at it out the window.
I can't take my eyes off. And I'm thinking, is this just a vision for me, or can everybody see? So I nudged the person. I said, look out the window. What do you see? Mm-hmm. Well, they looked, and then it kind of was a dawning realization. And then, oh my God, that's Baba's face. And when they saw it, and I saw it. I jumped up and I ran back and I said, Soma, look out your window.
Right.
And before you know it, the whole side of the plane that had the windows facing it were exclaiming that they could see the Sai in the sky. Wow. It matched the program that we were singing.
Amazing.
And he followed us the whole, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't take a picture. I didn't think of it.
What did it look like? Describe it as well as you can, the image.
What image?
The image of Swami.
Oh, the image. It was just him smiling. It was a frame of his hair. Was
a rainbow frame.
A rainbow oval shaped frame.
Mm-hmm.
And I even thought, because the frame was like elongated like this rather than like that.
Right.
And it was more like that. I thought, surely that's not a prism, because my window was also kind of that shape. Mm-hmm. And I thought, surely that's not a prism. Surely it's not something, the sunlight on the window pane, or, I had my doubts at first, but then it became so clear and dark and bright, and then other people could see it.
Right.
So, and that stayed with us, and it never left. And what happened was, we had seen Darshan videos, we had sung our hour of bhajans, and the airline pilot or the stewardess said, would those people please close their windows? The people in the front part of the plane, or people are asking to take a nap or go to sleep, and they want everyone, so we had to close.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And then also on that plane, there was a lady that was feeding milk to her metal Ganesh statue, and he slurped it up. It was on the plane. Wow. I'd heard about it, and word got passed through. Mm-hmm. I got up from my seat. I went over and I asked to watch, and she showed me. And after he drank the milk, she showed me it was a heavy, solid metal statue. There was no openings in his trunk or anything. Right. And she put it back, and then she offered him another spoon of milk, and he drank it again. I thought, that's 2 miracles I've seen on this plane. I haven't even got there yet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning before, when we were speaking just outside, that you had an interesting thing happen when you decided to have the center at your home.
So the center came at my house for 15 years, I think.
Amazing.
And during that 15 years that it met at our home, we had a lot of miracles. Baba visited a lot. Every year, when my husband would go for 2 weeks, he had to go for Air Force Reserve duty. And so I was left alone there. And but every year, when that happened, Baba would show me himself. I mean, one time he woke me up out of a sound sleep. Mm-hmm. I felt somebody tap my foot at the end of the bed. I look up and there's Baba standing there.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that like?
Huh?
What is that like?
Odd. It was like startled and like, oh my gosh, why are you here? And what? Oh, Baba.
Right.
But he would just long enough so that I could see him and know he was there. Mm-hmm. Because my husband wasn't there to take care of me. He was there to take care of me.
Wow.
And then he would fade away. Mm-hmm. But it would only last. He would wake me sometimes if I was asleep, and sometimes it would be just his form there, and then he would fade away.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many times did he visit you like that, do you think?
Well, every year. Well, my husband served out his remaining 6 years in his reserve duty. Mm-hmm. He every summer.
Right.
Just once during the 2-week visit, but it would be something like that.
Every year.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it was just to let me know he was there. That, I wasn't alone.
Right.
I don't know why I've been so blessed with visitations and miracles. But I've had my life spared about, I think when I counted, it was between 10 and 13 times. Mm-hmm. Where I had almost died, almost gotten killed, almost drowned, almost, and and I don't know why I was spared.
Give us one example of a time that
Okay.
Swami did it.
Okay. I was driving my car on Eglin Parkway here in town.
Mhm.
I had come to a full stop at a stoplight. It was just around a bend. The road curved just a little bit. And I'm sitting there. I'm listening to a Bhajan tape. And I think what's in there is it's a song about Krishna. Dance, oh sweet Sai Krishna. And I had a photo of Baba on my dashboard. And I look up in the rearview mirror and there's a car coming full speed ahead. And he doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. He's just full speed. Well, its speed limit there, I think, is 35 miles an hour. But he didn't have any indication he was slowing. And I'm at a stoplight and there's a car in front of me.
No way you can go.
And I didn't know what to do. My hands rose, they floated. They floated up above my head and clasped behind my head like this and put them behind my neck.
Really?
Yeah. And boom. But before that happened, there was like waves coming out of the photograph. Vibration waves. Kind of slow motion.
You remember this?
Like energy or something?
You saw at the time you experienced these things coming out of the photo.
Yeah.
Your hands just lifted to your neck.
But my hands floated up on their own, and I'm watching them thinking, oh my God, what's happening?
You didn't even know they were going for your neck.
No. And they came up and they clasped behind my head and held my neck. And just then he hit me and he hit me so hard. I was wearing my seatbelt, but it threw me up against the steering wheel. And then it laid my seat all the way back until it was lying on the back seat.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I hit forward and then back. And the car next to me, somebody rolled the window down, said, are you all right? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. And so they, okay, and off they went. So all the traffic left but him and me.
Right.
And so I get out of the car and I'm shaking a little bit, and rattled. And I get my driver's license and my insurance card, and I go back. His car is damaged like you won't believe. And mine isn't. It has a broken tail light. And I go back there, and he's shaking like I am. He says, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. It's a young guy. He said, I just got my insurance today. I just got my license back today. I can't believe this has happened. He said, this kind of happened to me a month ago.
Oops.
Yeah. And I thought I wouldn't verbalize that to everybody. And I said, well, are you okay? And he said, yeah, he would have to go, we changed information. Well, I get back in my car and I'm real shaken. And I think, if those hands hadn't come up, I'd have a broken neck. I'd be dead.
Oh.
So I get home, and what's weird is my husband acted totally different. He did not act like my husband. My old husband would have jumped up, run out, checked the car, made sure the car was okay, checked me, asked, are you all right? And he would have at least offered to take me to go to where I had to file a report. Mm. He was watching TV. He couldn't be bothered. He said, you okay? I said, yeah, I think so. But he really hit me hard, and he was like so involved. He didn't react. That was really odd. Mm. But I didn't want to drive myself. I didn't want to get in the car, but I did. Well, this time, the bhajan is on Rama. Rama, Rama, Ram, Rama, Rama, Ram. That bhajan, but it was in English. Rama's name is full of protection. It is our dearest friend.
Oh, yeah.
And listening to the words of that song, it helped me see that why would I go crying to my husband when God had been there with me through this accident? God spared me. God saved my life. I wasn't alone. So why involve him? Why feel, because I've been crying, why feel sorry for yourself that your husband didn't participate? What could he have done? Did he protect you? No.
Right.
Did he save you? No. And it helped me see that I wasn't alone and I had the biggest protection I could have had.
Wow.
I go in, I take in my car. The guy took a look under it. He said, "Oh my God, did you realize whoever hit you must have been going 45 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour?" Or he said that your frame is bent all the way up to the axle. Yeah. And no wonder I was sore.
Right.
But every day you're not the body,
Right.
I made my bhajan up myself. I know there was the I am God, I am God, I am no different from God. But I did my own little jingle. It was to the tune of you're in the money or something, but it was, you're not, I'm not the body, I'm not the body, I am the Premaswarupalara, I am I am the Atma, I am the Atma, I am the Premaswarupalara, I am I.
Wow.
In the Kali Yuga, when life is so hard, it's only an illusion, and I must play my part. I'm not the body, I am the Atma. I am the Premaswarupalara. I am I. Thank you very much.
Siren.
Siren.